Okay, we are on page 518. 518. Okay, we've got clocks, green clocks, blue clocks, and ooh, what is that? Purple and red clocks? I don't know. Find the page. Pause if you're not there and find the page. I'm going to move a bit closer if I can get there. Well, I'd say this is a lot closer. Everybody there? Ready to start? Okay, let's do some reading together. Draw the clock hands to show the time. Then write the time. Okay, it's going to tell us what to draw, and then we have to figure out what time that is. My hour hand. Which one's the hour hand? ¿Cuál mano? La chiquita, la más importante, dice la hora. Points between the 8 and the 9. Now it's going to be the small hand. Do not do it too big, and it's between the 8 and the 9. That's where it's pointing. Here's the 8 and 9. Between would be here. But we don't start here because it's got to be a little hand. The hour hand is little. Empezamos aquí en la línea rota. Boing. Allá, apuntando entre el 8 and 9. It's pointing between the 8 and the 9. My hour hand. The hour hand's the little one. Okay? In 35 minutes, it will be the next hour. Huh. In 35 minutes. Well, this is hard. In 35 minutes, it will be the next hour. The next hour is going to be 9 o'clock. But we don't want the next time. It says in 35 minutes. So we have to go backwards 35. It's not the new hour yet. It says in 35 minutes it will be the next hour. En 35 minutos vamos a cumplir la hora. It's going to be the next hour at 9 o'clock when the little hand gets to the 9 and the big hand's up here. But that's in 35 minutes, so we have to go backwards 35. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't have to count every single line. We can count by fives. Here we go. Ready? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. We know 30, 35. That's where it must be now. The big hand, the minute hand must be here. Because it said in 35 minutes, it will start the next hour. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So that's where our big hand is. That was hard. That was tricky. What time is it? Well, let's look at the little hand. 8. It's between the 8 and 9, so it's still 8. Put the 2 dots. How many minutes? It's not 30. What comes before 30? 0. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 8, 25. At 8:25 in 35 minutes, it'll be 9 o'clock. It'll be the next hour. Okay. Okay, look at this one. Mr. Brady fixes broken computers. Look at the start and finish times for his work on one computer. How many minutes did he work on the computer? Well, look at the start and look at the finish. How is this different? Well, the big hand is still there. It hasn't moved. Or maybe it has moved. But the little hand was at the 4 and now it goes to the 5. What does the big hand do when the little hand goes from the 4 to the 5? It was at the 4 and now it's at the 5. The big hand goes all the way around. And that's when the little hand goes one number. The little hand went up one number, so the big hand went all the way around. How many minutes is all the way around? Well, you can count all those little lines. But we already know 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. The big hand went all the way around 60 minutes. Now, if I had my Judy clock, I could show you how when the big hand goes all the way around once, the little hand just goes to the next number. The little hand's much slower. We know the little hand went one number. The big hand must have gone all the way around 60 minutes. We say there's 60 minutes in 1 hour. 1 hour, the little hand going from 4 to 5 is the same as the big hand going 60 minutes. 60 minutes in an hour. 60 minutes. Okay, down to number 18. Here's one for Angel. Angel eats lunch at 12:45. Angel spent 10 minutes eating lunch. That's incorrect. Angel doesn't spend 10 minutes eating lunch. Angel spends 10 hours eating lunch. He eats all day long if you don't take the food away from him. He just keeps eating and eating and eating. Right, Angel? Well, anyway, let's try it. Angel eats lunch at 12:45. Angel spent 10 minutes eating his lunch. Draw the minute hand on the clock to show when Angel finished eating. Write the time. This is when he starts at 12:45. Well, there's the 12. They didn't put the big hand. Where is 45? We could start here and go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or we could go 0, 5, 10, 50. That's faster, right? Or we can start with the shortcut. What is the big hand at the 6? What number is that? 30. So let's start with 30. 30, 35, 40, 45. Ta-da! Up, don't draw it. Don't draw it because that's when he started lunch at 45. But he took 10 minutes. So we got to go 10 more. Now we can count like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Or we can count by fives. Ready? Jump. 5, 10. Where's 10 more minutes? Right up here. That's when he's done eating lunch. What time is that? Is it 1? No. It's almost 1. When the big hand gets all the way up, it'll be 1. But it's not 1 yet. It's still 12. Put a 12 over there. Now, this was 45. Remember, this was 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 12:55. It's almost 1 o'clock. How many more minutes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more minutes. It'll be 1 o'clock. 12:55. You got that? Okay, look at the clocks. Write the time. Go ahead. Pause your video and do these 3, okay? See if you can do all 3 of them, and then we'll see how many you got right. Go ahead, try those. Just these 3. Okay, did you do it? You should have paused your video, which means you should be done. Don't be copying my answers. Try to do it without me. Okay, which hand do we do first always? The big one or the little one? The little one, la hora. The hour is the most important. You do the little hand, and you just use the numbers. 8. It's between the 8 and the 9, but we take 8. Now, how many minutes? Not 3. The minutes is the big hand. We got to count all those little lines, or we count by 5. 0, 5, 10, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I told you, counting by 5s is faster. That's why we count by 5s, because it's faster. And a lot of pictures don't show you the little lines. You just have to figure it out by looking at the numbers. Okay, did you put 3 for this one? If you did, you're wrong. The little hand, always do the little hand first, is between the 2 and the 3, but it's not at the 3, not until the big hand makes it all the way up. So it's still 2. Todavía es el 2, son los 2. ¿Y cuántos minutos aquí? Podemos contar todos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That takes too long. We can count by 5s. Podemos contar de 5 en 5. 0, 5, 10, 15. Oh, podemos empezar aquí. ¿Qué número es esa? 30. 35, 40. 30, 35, 40. 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. 2:40. Did you get that one? Did you have it right? This one is almost 6 o'clock. The little hand is almost at the 6. I want to put a 6 here because it's so close. But you know what? It's not at the 6 until the big hand makes it up here. It's almost 6, but it's not. It's still 5. And do you remember what this is? We did it over on the other page. Do you remember when the big hand's at the 11? What number is that? 30. 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. Or I could go 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. 5, 50, 5s. Look at all those 5s. 5:55. We also say since it only needs 5 more minutes, it's going to be 6 o'clock. Do you know what we say? We say 5 minutes to 6. 5 minutes to 6. Or 5 minutes until 6. 5 until 6, 5 to 6. It's 5 to 6. People often say 5 to 6. It's 5 to 6. Meaning 5 more minutes, it's going to be 6 o'clock. 5 minutos antes de 6. Okay, moving along. This one you can do by yourselves. Try it by yourself. Go ahead. You can pause it and do it. Pause it and try it by yourself. You got to get used to using your pause. You can learn a lot by pausing and doing things yourself and then checking. Okay, did y'all do it? You should have paused and done it. Here we go. Draw the minute hand, which is the big one, to show the time. Then write the time. This is the hour hand. It looks like it's almost 5, but it's still 4. My hour hand points between the 4 and the 5. So we know that's going to be 4. How about the minute hand, the big one? My minute hand points to the 9. Well, that was easy. They tell you. The minute hand, the big one, goes to the 9. Make it big, like that. Past the circle. This is the little hand. This is the big hand. What time do I show? Well, remember, it's not at the 5 yet. Not until the big hand makes it all the way up there. So it's still 4. And do you remember what this is? We did it on the other page. 30, 35, 40, 45. 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. 4, 45. Sometimes we divide the clock into quarters, and we say this is 4:45, because it's going to be 5 o'clock in 1/4 of an hour. That's a quarter, because you could divide the clock like this into 4 parts. Those are quarters. So it's 4:45. It's going to be 5 in 1/4 of an hour. 4:45, we say cuarto antes de 5. Last one. Draw a clock showing 2:50. Explain how you know where the clock hands point. Now, I'll tell you, the hardest thing about this for kids is drawing the clock. Drawing the clock is hard. Okay, so we want to do 2:50. So first we're going to do a nice circle. Try to do a nice circle. Now watch how I'm going to do it, the numbers. Because what happens is the kids start writing the numbers and the numbers don't go in the right place. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a 12 at the top. And what number goes at the bottom? 6 at the bottom. Then I'm going to go way over to this side. What goes on this side? A 3. Then I'm going to go way to this side. A 9. Now I just have to fill in 12. I want 1, 2. So I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And what time do you want? 2:50. 50 is almost the end. 50 is the big hit is almost done because there's only 60 minutes an hour. 50, we're almost done. So that means the little hand is going to be almost at the 3. Make your little hand pointing almost at the 3. Entre el 2 y el 3, pero más cerca del 3 porque casi cumplimos esa hora. It's almost at the 3. It's over here a little before the 3. 50, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. There's 50 at the 10. Make a big one going to the 10. You can make an arrow if you want. This one is 2, still not quite 3, 50. 250. It looks like it's 3, but it's not. It's at the 2 still. It's between the 2 and the 3. Got it? And that should do it for today. Working with our clocks, with the minute hand is the big one, and the little hand is the hour, the little one. The numbers are for the little one. The big hand, you got to count by 5s, right? That's it, guys. Let's see, are we working more on clocks tomorrow? More clocks tomorrow, and a little review, and then we're going to do more practice telling time, okay? Anyway, see you tomorrow. Adios, amigos. Bye.